All right, we're here in the pit area catching up with now point leader Josh Putnam. Josh, if I'd have told you last night when you break the motor on the primary car there in qualifying, when you guys are over here pulling out the backup car, if I'd have walked over here and said, hey man, hold your head high because tomorrow night you're coming out of here with an unofficial 4-point lead going into the final weekend, what would you have told me?
Wouldn't happen. No, it's we don't have a lot of quit. That's the reason we keep digging, and you know, we'd put a new car together because we've been struggling in blue, and we just didn't know why. Like, we've worked and worked and worked and worked, and for whatever reason, we just kind of struggled. Like, we've raced decent, but early prelims and stuff, like, we just hadn't been that good. And it showed us speed enough to keep us working on it, but, you know, that was it. But no, and then last night we struggled and then broke in the feature, and I got back down here and I told everybody, I said, I think we need to pull everything out of the backup car, motor, dry sump, all that, and put in the other car. And I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it'll pay off. And I mean, I guess it did. So, but 7:30 this morning, every guy that is with us was out here working still, and I don't know if I've ever done as much work in one short stint, but we're happy about it now.
We were just talking kind of off camera about just kind of the rash of bad luck that all of our top three, you, Joseph, and Will, seem to kind of be experiencing all at the same time, and just what it's done to the points. Now 9 lead changes in 16 races in the points. Did you think when you started the tour, that first race at All-Tech in April, did you think it would be like this?
Not at all. I knew this deal was going to be kind of tough, and I knew there was a lot of good regional competition that was saying they was going to and run it. And you know, we looked at it and it was just, we knew there was a lot of tracks we hadn't been to, but like, we've raced and picked and chose for several years, and I hadn't raced points, so we kind of thought it would be something different for us, and we've enjoyed it. It's made us work real hard, and Josh has told me I don't know how many times I'll be glad when these points is over with. It's so stressful. I'm just ready to go race and not worry about points. But no, it's I think it's made us step our stuff up. And but the bad luck, I mean, like, we usually don't break. I mean, Dad does an exceptional job through the week on maintenance program, and I mean, I leave it all to him. Like, we wash and we're doing body repairs and getting tires ready and all that while he's doing that stuff, and I mean, it usually pays off. And it's nothing that he's done, like the fifth arm or whatever broke rear end to start with last night. I don't know, but I know it destroyed a lot of stuff. And I mean, I looked at it, he was kind of, I didn't see it, and I looked at the fifth arm pieces and I said it wasn't broke before, like, it's not rusty or anything. So, you know, it's I mean, Will breaking a motor in qualifying and me breaking a motor in qualifying, like, we haven't had those failures. I mean, so I don't know, like, it's made it interesting, and we got one hell of a weekend coming up next weekend.
All right, so let's talk about the mindset coming into our series finale. A pair of races next weekend, 5,000 at Swainsboro Friday night, and then 23,000 Saturday. What do you do this week? What are we thinking this week? What's the conversation like as we get into gear ready for the final weekend?
Well, I would like to think we don't need one, but we got to get a backup car back together. We got one car at home that we robbed the motor out of to put in the new car, and I think it'll be the easiest to get ready. So we got to get that done. We got to focus on our program ourselves, and you know, I think we've made a lot of ground with the new car, and we've just kind of bounced around on shock packages and back and forth, and I think we're finally getting in a groove of what fits us. And you know, I've been to Swainsboro twice in my life. Once was probably 15 years ago in a crate car, and then this year when we were there, and I started out rough. But I think we started, 18th, 19th, something like that. Was there last and ended up with a top 10. So I think we got some good notes for the place, and maybe we can go and no parts failures and just focus on speed and getting the job done.
So you go in next weekend, are you going in to win it, or are you going in just concerned about the points and however the finish falls, it falls?
You know, honestly, you got to keep points in mind when you're driving and stuff, just like tonight on restarts and everything. Like, you got to keep the fenders on it. We can't rub and bump. We got to keep our stuff good. And so maybe that's a little bit of mindset on points racing, but as far as the race car and all that stuff, we do the same thing week in, week out, day in, day out. So, I mean, we give it 100% all the time, and maybe it'll pay off.
Josh, is going to be better to be the hunter or the hunted next weekend, because they're going to be after you as you sit at top of the charts?
I like being the hunted, so, you know, we'll take it, and gives us a little bit of a cushion, 2 spots, I think. So, 2 nights there also, and everybody always kind of builds off the first night. So that'll be 3 nights at the place this year, and maybe we're going for that 20,000 win.
All right, man. You'll be the hunted for sure. Good luck next weekend.
Thank you.